I want to talk to you kind of about your mentality and your mindset when you're playing. When you're in the backfield, what do you see?
Well, I'm always I've been taught to kind of, pre-snap read is what we call it. And that's kind of read the defense, see what's going on, see the position of the linebackers, safeties, defensive line. And so, there's a certain zone and focus you got to have for one when you're in the backfield because, that's running back, you get hit from all different type of angles and you got to really have it in your mind where everybody is on the field, in order to stay healthy. Because the guy that you don't see is the guy that hurts you. And so as a running back, I always, can see the whole field. That was one of my greatest gifts is the vision to see. And so I would always, check out the defense. And when I knew the play already, so I had an idea of how the defense looked, where the ball possibly could go. And so sometimes it worked out how I thought it would, and sometimes it didn't. And sometimes you would just have to improvise and fight and claw to try to get 2 yards. And so for me, I think, like I mentioned, that was just probably the greatest thing for me is just to be able to see the whole field and know where everybody's at.
What do you hear?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Before the play, I obviously hear the crowd. You hear all kind of things, but it's so weird because once you get the ball, it's complete silence. It's just everything is moving in slow motion, and then after the play, you hear the crowd again. But the focus that you got to have, that sense of concentration and determination, I guess, takes away from the other senses of your hearing.
And what do you mean everything's in slow motion?
Well, because I think like you can see things happening. I mean, it's really weird because when you get the ball, you can see your lineman starting to take off and block. And you can see the linebacker starting to fit where they're supposed to fit. What I mean by that is each linebacker and defensive player has a certain gap that they have to be at. They have to control that gap on the football field. And so you can see them guys starting to, run to their gaps. And you can see your linemen start to, as they head on their angle to block somebody. And then you start to see in slow motion where the hole may be, how the hole is forming. And then, it's just, your body just does it. It's weird. Like, I've never tried to do anything, spin move, jump cut. It's all off reaction for me, just reacting.
How long has it been slow for you?
Right around, I guess, my end of my second year and my third year, things started to really slow down for me. My rookie year, things were going so fast for me because I was trying to, learn the NFL game, learn how to read defenses, and learn how to, learn what my guys out there are doing. That's one of the most important things you got to do as a running back is know who's blocking for you, know who's supposed to block who. And my rookie year, I didn't know who was supposed to block who. I was just out there running. And when you're out there just running, everything is in fast motion.
And you said it momentarily gets blurry too?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Well, I talked about, getting blurry sometimes is not a good thing. There was times where,
Is that just because you're concussed or something?
Well, I don't know if it's concussed, but there was times where, you'll get dinged a little bit and, for a second, you'll be blurry. But, it never was a time where I went into the next play still blurry. Just for a second, you'll, see stars or whatever they say, it's the definition that they use for being blurry. And for a second, you'll be blurry a little bit, but then, before the play, it'll come back and you just keep playing.